I'm just going to do a Q&A today. I asked on my Facebook and on my Instagram people to ask me questions, and I got 8 really good questions. So I made this massive thing of mac and cheese. I cooked it, baked it, what have you. Just cheese, you can see the gooiness, with salt. No, I actually didn't put salt. I put garlic salt and lemon salt and pepper and regular cheese and Colby Jack cheese, milk and some flour, and then I baked it a little bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna answer some questions and eat this mac and cheese, and let's have some fun. So I wrote down some answers because, I can't remember everything. So yeah, I'm gonna take out my, so let's see. So one of the questions was, what is your favorite literary quote? Now, I was a English major in college, so I've read bunches of different kinds of books, but I have 3. One was from a children's book in a series called The Carnivorous Carnival. It's a book in the Lemony Snicket series. So that was one of them. Then my next quote was from A Wrinkle in Time, and the last one was from Frankenstein. So those are the 3 different books. And the first quote is from Lemony Snicket. It's, miracles are like meatballs, because nobody can exactly agree on what they are made of, where they come from, or how they should appear. That sums up a lot of things, I guess. The next quote's from A Wrinkle in Time, and it's a classic. Most stories start with, it was a dark and stormy night. Great way to open the story. It was one of my favorite stories in 7th grade. And then I had to read Frankenstein. I don't remember if I read it in high school. I think I read it in college somewhere, in an American Lit class. But this one applies to today's times. Nothing is so painful to the human mind. Nothing is so painful to the human mind as a great and sudden change. So true. We're going through that right now. Mac and cheese. So another question I was asked was, if I could only eat one thing for the rest of my life, what would it be? That's kind of hard. Some people would tell me, it's pizza. You write about pizza. You have a pizza Instagram and all that. Yes, I do like pizza, but that's not what I'd eat for the rest of my life. I think maybe mac and cheese, but, I don't know. But when I was growing up, if you asked me when I was younger, I'd say quiche, spinach quiche. Or when I was in high school, tuna melts. I have no idea why. And in college, it was not Mexican food. In college, it was Indian food. And recently, I think it'd be Mexican food. Like, not like your chain Mexican food like Taco Bell, but authentic restaurant, food truck, that kind of thing. That brings me to my next question, which is your favorite food trucks. Now, I live in New York City. There are tons of food trucks, but I don't particularly go to food trucks. I'm just not a big food truck person. But I think growing up, the first real food truck I was ever really introduced to, it was more of a kind of like cart that then transformed into a cart on wheels kind of food truck. But anyway, so on 33rd Street in Ditmars in Astoria, there is a cart on wheels food truck kind of thing. It's not really a truck, it's just like a cart on wheels, but it's called the Souvlaki Lady, and I get their gyros, their chicken gyros. They're amazing. Those are one of my favorite. It's the first real food truck I've ever been to. So if you're in the neighborhood, please check them out. And during the whole COVID, they were open. They're still open. I don't know if they're there every day because of COVID and all that, but I do know on a regular basis, Sundays, they're not there. And holidays, I think they're not there. I'm not sure. So that is a food truck. But I think the one that I recently found in the last year, which I could live off of, I would eat it almost every, day, if I could. Excuse me. It goes along with the theme of eating Mexican food for the rest of my life. So I'd probably, if I had to eat Mexican food for the rest of my life, from one place, I'd have to say the El Rey del Taco truck on 31st and Ditmars. It's just a taco. It's a Mexican truck. They have all different kinds of stuff. I am obsessed with their chicken burritos and also their chicken, what is it called? Oh my goodness. Nachos. Oh, why did I just forget that? And just a side note, to go back to the souvlaki lady, if you go down in my videos, I do have a video of me eating one of her gyros on the train. So if you want to check that out, you can. It'll show you the food truck and all that. So those are a few little things there. I mean, I do live in New York City. There are a lot of food trucks and things, but you have to know where to find them. A lot of them are, you have to know where to find them, and a lot of them are in Manhattan. And I just don't have the time to go to Manhattan and eat food. I mean, if you have a recommendation, send them my way. I'll try them when I can get around to getting back to eating them. Okay. So the next question I was asked, which is, I was asked a lot of food questions. Sorry, I'm just looking down because I have a bunch of notes for this one. Favorite pizza place? Well, I review pizza on my Instagram at PizzaPru, and 10 is the highest rating. 1 is the worst, or 0. I guess you can give someone a 0. But, yeah. So, now, depends on what you mean by pizza. It could be a whole bunch of things. Regular slices, toppings, pies, to go, wok style, But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 places that, so far, I'm only on 60 something, no, 50. I lost track of how many reviews I did. So yeah, so I think I'll start off by saying, I'll go with the first one is Rose and Joe's. It's a bakery in Astoria by the Ditmars train station. The reason I say Rose and Joe's is because growing up, pizza in my neighborhood, you got a few pizza places. You didn't eat it. You didn't really go out of your way to get pizza. In Manhattan, you had your few favorites, maybe Brooklyn or the Bronx, but, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go out of my way to get pizza from X, Y, and Z. Rose and Joe's is a bakery that makes pizza. So you have to know they have bakery kind of pizza crust and dough. So it's not like a pizza place. With that being said, you also have to know, you have to pay attention to how long it's in the oven. Sometimes you go in there and you don't pay attention and it gets a little burnt. But it's not bad. It's just burnt. And with that being said, it was my first review I ever did of pizza. It was not a regular slice, it was an olive slice. Now, I like olives on my pizza. You may not. My daughter is obsessed with olives. If she can, she'll eat an olive slice. So, Rose and Joe's is a really good place to get an olive slice. And just a bakery slice. Now, I've heard Pizza Barn, I think it's called, with their humongous slices. But I haven't been there. So, I wouldn't know how they are. I've just seen pictures. But, Cornet on 77th in Lexington in Manhattan has a really big slice. I don't think as big as Pizza Barn, but they're big. I ate it in one sitting, like nobody's business. They're really good. Had enough cheese and sauce, so if you're looking for a big slice, you can check them out. Not sure how they did during the whole COVID, or still doing rather. I haven't checked their website. I haven't checked to see if they're still around. I'm assuming so. I know Rose and Joe's is open. I don't know if they're open for the pizza part, but I know the bakery is open. So the next place is Ray's Famous Pizza in Times Square. They just make a really good to-go regular slice. Nothing outrageous, just some yummy pizza. Not sure how they are faring right now. Haven't checked their website. I probably should, but I haven't. It's probably a touristy place because it's in Times Square and you want pizza, where are you going to go? And you're there. People just go there. So that's a good place. Now, the next place is also in the Times Square area. It's on West 43rd and 8th Avenue. It's 99-cent Express. I did look them up. They are still open for delivery and pickup, which is nice. Now with them, people say dollar slices and pizza, you should review it. I've gotten a lot of that. I'm not talking about their dollar slice. I'm talking about if you want the oiliest thing you can find with oil and gooiness, I would have to say their pepperoni mushroom. Hands down, goo. Like, I think it was $3. It was goo. But it hit right spots in my stomach. I was coming out of work. I was hungry. I was like, I need food. And it was just the most amazing slice, I think, greasy-wise, I have ever eaten. Now, there are two more places. One is walking distance from my house, and one is in Brooklyn. Now, both of these places, during all of, and even, I don't know if they still do it, but when the whole first responders and people, they had, one of the places, the place in Brooklyn, had a place where you can donate money, and they would, and in the notes, send it to essential workers. Now, it wasn't just hospitals and things like that. They donated pizzas to homeless people in the neighborhood, fire houses, CVS, I think they did, the post office. At the end of each week, they take the donations, make some pizza, and deliver them. So this place is Vinny's Pizza in Brooklyn on Bedford and 9th. Now, Vinny's is not your typical, I got a regular slice. It's the, hey, I got pickles on my pizza, or I got a Hawaiian slice, or I got nacho pizza. I haven't really explored them as much as I would like. I've only had the Hawaiian, which I am in love with, and their pickled pizza, which I also am in love with. They have some really, cool pizza that I gotta try. They also have some cool merch if you go online. I should have been wearing my Vinny shirt, but I didn't put it on. And you can also get gift certificates in $5 increments. And I got a shirt from them, which I also got a $5 little gift card. So when I go back, hopefully relatively soon, they've been open. They're still open. They have some really cool Ninja Turtle seats outside. But yeah, they're a really good place. And then this other place is in my neighborhood called Rizzo's. Now, Rizzo's delivered a couple pies to the hospital, Mount Sinai in Queens. Rizzo's is known for their thin crust. They have lunch specials, thin crust, I'm not a fan of thin crust, so if you don't like thin crust pizza, this may not be for you. There's also Rizzo's in Manhattan, but what strikes me about Rizzo's is not their regular slice, it's their vegetable slice. The thin crust with the cooked vegetables makes a great pairing. So all these places that I've named just now, Rose and Joe's, Ray's Famous Pizza, Vinny's Pizza, 99 Cent Express, did I forget anything? Ray's Famous Pizza. If you want to see pictures and reviews, you can go to Pizza Peru on Instagram and see that. Now, the next question is my least favorite pizza topping. Now, does that mean that I've eaten or that I won't eat? Because there's a difference. I think my least favorite that I've eaten, not that it's bad, but it's just more of a pizza sauce, would be, oh my goodness, I could picture the place. It hasn't been open since this whole COVID thing in my neighborhood. Oh, artichoke pizza. Now, the artichoke slice, a couple bites, good, but then it gets too filling too fast. I'm not a fan. But my least favorite that I've never eaten, probably never will, you can't pay me $1 million, is anchovies. I can eat garlic, oil, and anchovy pasta. Make pasta, put it on sauce. But the fish on top, any fish pizza. I've seen places that have shrimp on their pizza. I might try it, but no. Fish doesn't go with cheese. Fish and cheese, no. No. So, you know, those are some of the, you know, let's see, what else was asked? Favorite smells that bring back memories. That's a hard one. Because no real smell brings back a memory that I can think of when I first was thinking of the answer to this. But it's an odd question to ask. But, garbage. People like garbage. Hot garbage on a summer day brings back the city, New York City. Not a favorite smell, but it's a smell that brings back memories of New York City. If I were to go anywhere and smell hot garbage in a city, think of New York City. Pumpkin spice. They used to have pumpkin spice sprays at Bath and Body Works years ago. And I remember high school wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was So in high school, I didn't want to be that kid that smelled of BO, that smelled funky, you know. So I remember sophomore year, and maybe junior year, I can't remember, but sophomore year definitely, I took, swear to you, 4 bottles, or maybe 5, and I stocked up, and from October to Christmas, sprayed me every day, sprayed my clothes. Like I can picture myself putting down my SpongeBob black hoodie with SpongeBob on it, my red silk pants. I spray them down on the t-shirt underneath, and then I put on my Doc Martens or sneakers or whatever I put on. I literally smelled like pumpkin. People were like, "Oh, you smell so nice." Now I think lavender is a good smell. Doesn't bring back memories per se, but it's something I like the smell of. I also like the smell of laundry when in the dryer. Can't pinpoint a particular feeling or emotion, just like the smell. Old books. Like the smell of old books, like going into a bookstore. Reminds me of going into Strand in Manhattan. And going through, because Strand, if you don't know what Strand is, it's a bookstore that sells used books. And new books, but used books too. And just sifting through the shelves and finding that dollar gem. It's been used so many times, but it smells old, kind of thing. That's where I got a lot of my plays I had to read in college and in high school. I go step through. I'm like, oh look, I found it. Like, I remember, I didn't buy it, but I remember I had a Shakespeare class, and the teacher's like, if you can get an anthology, that would be best. So you'd have them all, but if you just want to get the paperbacks, you can too. And I remember I had a paperback, a huge book I carried around with all the anthology. But I remember going to Strand, and I'm looking at their Shakespeare, because I don't want to carry the whole huge anthology. So I'm like, well, the few, I might get a single copy here. I actually found an anthology of Shakespeare for $1. It was small. It was like maybe a little bigger than my hand. But for $1, and you're strapped on cash, that's pretty good. Book smell. I think I'm a baker. Like, oh, not a baker per se, but I like to bake. Not very good at it. And I mean, I don't follow the recipe sometimes. I like, oh, look, I'm gonna add this. Ooh, let's add some of this. But I think growing up, my mom bakes. She still does, but growing up, a memory with my mom baking, like making pancakes, baking cornbreads, pies. I think baking. So that smell when you come into your house that someone's baking something. I think another smell, I think the last one, is my aunt, my great aunt Camilla, used to bake. Not like chocolate pies and things. Or anything. She bake ziti with, were there? No. Scratch that. Her sister, my grandmother's sister, Ida, made the baked ziti. And so that smell, when it came out of the oven at their house for like Thanksgiving, brings back memories. But, my Aunt Camilla made things like pot roast, made escarole, so things like that. Those are baked. Food smells. Bring back going to people's houses and eating, which now we just don't. They're gone, and we eat in my own house. So there are those. Next question, looking at my notes here. Favorite spicy thing I've eaten so far. So if you've watched this channel, I've eaten a lot of spicy. I can tell you, I don't like spicy gelatin things, like spicy gummies. I don't like gummies are in a category of its own. I can eat maybe a handful, a cup at most, but not a big cup, like a measuring cup full. Otherwise, I'll get sick. My stomach won't agree, and I'm done. Like, I got a huge, like 5-pound bag for my birthday of gummies, and they were there and they were snackable, so I just kept eating them until I got so sick that I had to go to bed. It wasn't a good feeling. So I don't like spicy gelatin things. But the spiciest thing I think I've eaten that I like was the Psycho Candy Bar. It's on this channel, the video. I've posted 2. So, at first, it's all like, ooh, ah, you know. Kind of the, is it good? Is it not good? Kind of stuff. But, it's really spicy. Caramelly. I think it has ghost peppers in it. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the ghost pepper one. It's really spicy. But good. You gotta give it a try. Like, the first 2 bites, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. The video was like a minute. I'm done. I can't. Then I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try it again. And I did. And the second time around, because I knew what I was expecting, I could savor it. So, I think that if you know what you're going to expect, or you do a taste test first, and then you take out the spice, it was my favorite. So, those are those, you know, and, it's, you know, I'm drinking coffee. Not my favorite coffee. I don't like hazelnut coffee, but I accidentally bought a can of hazelnut. So instead of getting rid of it or not using it, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna finish the can. So I'm almost halfway done with the can. But I do not like hazelnut coffee. It tastes like, it smells like burnt. As my mom said, what's burning? Someone burning something? Someone smoking an ashtray? But yeah. So I'm down to my last question. My last question being, what was I feeling, what's going through my mind before I competed in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. So I've done that twice, competed. Now, the first time I did it, I can clearly remember being like, holy crud, crap, whatever you want to say. I'm here and I'm doing this. What in the world? I was embarrassed. Like, it sounded silly. It sounded like a circus trick. So, I remember it was not televised. It was only over the radio. So, I'm like, no one's going to see me. If someone turns on the radio and hears it, they'll hear my name once. It'll be over. And then they did some footage, and I was sitting next to Michelle Lesko, and on the other side of her was Joey Chestnut, and someone pointed it out. I was like, oh, I saw you on TV. But going up there was like, don't die. Don't pass out. Just eat. Eat one more than your normal. And that was it. Now, the second time I did it in this was 2013 the first time, 2018 the second time. It was harder because I had psyched myself out. I really did. Like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. What else? But seriously, I think it was a time of my month, so I was kind of not feeling it all together. But actually, I was just like, let's go have some fun. Let's do this. It's going to be great. And then I got up there, and it was so hot that I wasn't expecting it. It hit me. But I think toward the end, right before I got on the stage, it was like, screw it. I'm here. I'm one of the 18. Don't care if I come in first. Don't care if I come in last. I am one of the 18. I worked to get here. I am here. And I will enjoy it. So if I come in last, yay! If I come in first, yay! I came in last, and I don't care. I ate 4. It was more of a, it's more of a mental thing. I'm not trying to go for any records or anything. Maybe next year, if I'll go for a record, but it was, I'm here, I'm standing my ground, and I'm going to enjoy every single second. So those were the 8 questions that I got. I think I'll add a question or 2 of my own before I sign off. Favorite color? Green. Don't ask me why, I just love it. It's just very calming, very soothing. If you knew me in 9th grade, every day I wore green. Whether it was my green socks that you could see, my green t-shirt. I had green pants. I had various kinds of green pants. Corduroys, UFO pants. I had green hair ties, green hair clips, green dresses, green t-shirts, you name it. If I didn't wear green, people were like, are you okay? I even had green underwear. Yeah. And let's see, anything else I want to say? Not really. I just noticed I kind of look like, with the glare from the glasses, kind of makes me look like I have a black eye. I don't have a black eye. It's just weird. But yeah, so that was the Q&A. I didn't finish all of it. I will finish it off camera. But yeah, it was nice to chat with you, get to give you some answers, some questions. And tune in on Sunday for my Spicy Sundays with Prue. If you have any more questions, you can leave them down here. If you have me on social media, you can find me there. And look forward to doing another Q&A in the future.